Nerd Adventures, it's Josh. Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5 is almost here, and we have to do our weekly preview video for this coming episode. And man, oh man, as the hype train left the station on this one, let's get right into it. But before we do, a quick reminder to smash like on this video if you know that good content is coming, and oh baby, is it.
That's why I'm here.
And also, we are doing a ton of stuff over on our live streaming channel for the Den of Nerds. We're going to be talking about this episode. We're going to be watching it live with people on the live streaming channel. We do a lot over there. Go check it out. Now, let's get right into the preview for episode 5. And I must admit right away that I have been told by a few people that I am in some ways personally responsible for overhyping WandaVision and causing massive amounts of disappointment on the internet. And therefore, I have been directed to try to curb my enthusiasm, to try to bring the hype to a reasonable level when it comes to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And so, at the beginning of this video, we're going to try to keep the hype down. We're going to try to keep it spoiler-free. We're just going to focus on the standard kind of things that we think will be in the episode and some of the takeaways we have from the different previews and promotion that is out there. So let us begin. Okay, so first up, the most pertinent thing to talk about is, of course, John Walker and the fact that he murdered somebody in cold blood using the Captain America shield at the end of episode 4. This is obviously a very big deal. It is a stain on the Captain America shield, both figuratively and literally, and it makes all Marvel fans believe that John Walker is not the right guy for the job, which, you know, they've been sort of teasing out throughout the show, but now we're damn sure John Walker should not have that shield. At least most of us are. I would say 80% of us feel that way. There's a few people that think he should still be Captain America, and by the way, it's just a fictional character. It's okay to feel that way.
What did you say?
Do you think they're going to cancel me for saying that it's okay to think John Walker is a good Captain America? All I said was that I think it's okay to feel that way. I don't personally feel that way, so I'm canceled? Okay, cool. Now, who knows exactly how they're going to handle the fallout with John Walker? We've seen in the trailer he's sitting there in some kind of a debriefing situation. We also see him using the shield in action sequences that have not yet appeared in the show. And so we think he will be using the Captain America shield, not just giving it up immediately, even though the events of episode 4 were super horrific. Now, I do believe that the events of episode 4 and him murdering that dude on the steps are going to have massive ramifications, even felt beyond this show, but mostly this will have to do with the Flag Smashers themselves. Carly, of course, is not going to be cool with what John Walker did, and she's likely to accelerate the plans of the Flag Smashers, and I think there's going to be a big kind of the thing happening, some kind of an attack, some kind of a threat, you know, something that the Flag Smashers are going to do as a result of what John Walker did. It's that whole violence creates more violence, eye for an eye sort of thing. That is what is happening, and I expect the Flag Smashers and Carly to take it to another level. Now, as far as we're concerned with Sam and Bucky, although it's not really in many of the previews, I've sort of been told, and I think it's fair to talk about, that I think they're going to return to Louisiana. We've seen shots of this before, and frankly, it just makes sense. Sam's sister and their family was threatened by Carly. I would assume Sam would want to go there, make sure that she was okay, try to make them feel safe, and then perhaps establish a plan from there. I think Bucky's going to go with him, and I really think this will be the episode where the partnership and the brotherhood between Bucky and Falcon will be forged more in steel. I just believe that these two characters are going to become much closer now in the wake of some of the crazy things that have just happened. I think that's on the table for episode 5. A couple of other things we know more or less to be true is that this episode will be around an hour in length. I'm hearing 61 minutes exactly, so not a crazy long episode, long as the rest of the episodes have been, but plenty of time for many crazy plot points to unfold. And then, due to the sort of setup done by a lot of the trailers and promotion leading up to episode 5, we believe there could be a potential fight over the shield between John Walker, Bucky, and Sam. Now, I absolutely believe that is going to take place, but I kind of think it might take place in episode 6, as there are things within the trailer that also indicate to me that Bucky and Sam will be working with John Walker, perhaps to stop whatever the Flag Smashers are doing. And so 2 stories have sort of being teased. One in which Sam and Bucky fight John Walker to take the shield back, and then in another where they work with him to stop the Flag Smashers. I actually think both of these things are on the table, and I couldn't honestly tell you which one will happen first. I don't even know if both of them will happen in episode 5 or in episode 6. One could happen in each. Maybe they both happen in 5. Maybe they both happen in 6. I'm not exactly sure. But from the trailers and different peripheral things that we have heard, I feel comfortable in reporting that I think those 2 things will happen. And that's pretty much all I can say as far as not being hyped and not getting too fanboyishly attached to rumors and speculation about what might happen in the show. And so if you'd like to keep your enthusiasm level and your expectations in the basement moving into episode 5, you might want to get out of here now, because now I'm going to talk about some speculation, some rumors, some leaks, potential spoilers for episode 5. Okay, are they gone? Okay, let's get into this. It's all about, ladies and gentlemen, the episode 5 cameo. Now, on the one hand, Malcom Spellman has been teasing episode 5 as being the anchor episode, as being their strongest episode, as being an episode that will make people cry. There has also been teases about this cameo character, a big actress. I feel pretty comfortable saying it will be an actress at this point, and that cameo is a high caliber actress that people just never thought would be in the MCU, and she's playing apparently a pretty small, maybe obscure comic book character that's seemingly very, very cool. Now, frankly, I've been through the ringer on this one. I don't know exactly what to tell you here, ladies and gentlemen. I have heard a lot of different things, and even from some reliable sources, there are people that think there could be multiple interesting cameos. Now, I know some people thought Omega Red, Wolverine, or even T'Challa as Black Panther were on the table, but a lot of that stuff has seemingly been debunked. I highly doubt the Wolverine thing, never really bought into it, and I feel like if it would have happened, it would have already happened, okay? Technically still possible, but I highly doubt it. As far as T'Challa Black Panther is concerned, a actual Marvel Studios producer, Nate Moore, came out and shot that one down, which I thought was actually a very good move because it does curb expectations and also just lets it be known that this isn't going to be the appearance that you see T'Challa in. They're saving that hopefully for something that they're going to do in Black Panther 2, which is a whole nother can of worms, which we will talk about in another video. I don't really know what to tell you here. Frankly, there's just been some weird, shady stuff going on behind the scenes. Different sources saying different things. I've reached out to a lot of different people, and it feels like things are really tightened up compared to WandaVision. Now, frankly, I don't know if this is because a lot of the scoopers and insiders feel as though they personally got burned by Marvel when it came to WandaVision, or if a lot of these scoopers and insiders feel like they got burned by people like me that got way too hyped and got all of their fans way too hyped up about certain aspects of the show, which then led to a lot of bad press for the different scoopers and leakers. If you don't know what I am talking about, this mostly has to do with the fact that it was heavily rumored that Doctor Strange was going to be in WandaVision, and it is all but confirmed that that was indeed Marvel's plans, but due to scheduling problems, due to the pandy, if you know what I'm saying, they were not able to accomplish that, leaving a lot of insiders and scoopers to be holding the bag as though they didn't know what they were talking about. So regardless of what is actually going on, I think it's fair to say insiders are in a weird place, fans are in a weird place, Marvel Studios is in a weird place. It's like they want to hype fans up. Spellman's out here saying it's the best episode. I think we're all excited and expecting some crazy action and some cool character moments. But they also don't want to overhype fans or get people too excited. So I don't know what exactly is going on there. But now let me just kind of tell you my personal feeling on who this could be. It's based on a lot of different evidence here, but I think it actually could be Uma Thurman as the character of Moonstone. Now, frankly, this actually came from a not reliable source at all. But what happened was when I went and took Uma's name to some of the people that I do know, I got very interesting responses back. Not your usual, no, that's not true, sort of crazy responses. I got different responses. Now, that is not to say that it was confirmed by these sources, because it most certainly was not. I am not reporting that. But what I am saying is, for my personal money over here, the name Uma Thurman, I think, should be something that's out there as a possibility. I've heard this. I think it might be well the case, and it would match up with the character of Moonstone. Now, also, I want to mention that I'm actually talking about the character of Carla Sofin, who would show up as a psychiatrist or a therapist, not just as the character of Moonstone. But because we would know who this character was, and someone of the profile of Uma playing this person would mean it was a big deal, I think fans will be interested enough to then go down a rabbit hole and uncover that this character becomes Moonstone and is a OG member of the Thunderbolts. And this is because many insiders and people have thought the Thunderbolts are going to be a big thing in the MCU moving forward, and that John Walker as U.S. agent is going to end up being in the Thunderbolts, and perhaps he is tasked with sitting down with a therapist, and that therapist ends up being Uma as Moonstone. Again, just a theory, not really put out there with any sort of confidence. It's just sort of the best shot in the dark that I can give to that appearance. But there's also the possibility that it is actually Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. Old man Steve Rogers has long been rumored as a possibility for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and despite a lot of people trying to tell me that that might have been in the cards, but then they changed it or that's not going to happen, I still believe that it is possible because it would make a lot of diegetic sense for the story, ladies and gentlemen. If you stop thinking about possibilities, not getting too hyped up, and all of the boner problems that we had from WandaVision, I think you could just understand why at a base level fans would believe that old man Steve Rogers showing up in this show would make complete and total sense. On top of that, I have heard from a very good source that Chris Evans was on set visiting friends. That does not mean that he shot anything, but I know for sure that he did show up on the set of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And there are, of course, the new rumors that Chris Evans is coming back to the MCU, interested in signing some kind of a contract to return in some way. On top of that, and now we're getting into that crazy, I'm going to get in trouble hype kind of shit. There's rumors, ladies and gentlemen, that Chris Evans returning to the MCU is not just to be Captain America, but to come back, do some post or some flashback stuff, maybe with Wolverine, but also perhaps to be a version of Hydra Cap or the Secret Empire Cap that we got in Nick Spencer's Secret Empire run in the comics. This is a big secret having to do, or big rumor rather, having to do with the possibilities of Doctor Strange 2 into the Multiverse of Madness. It's crazy, it's hype, and wow, oh wow, there is a scene from the comics right before Secret Empire in which John Walker is tasked by the government to go get the shield from Sam Wilson. It had to do with a thing with the police. Sam Wilson was taking a stand against the police. He was painted as being unpatriotic. The government wanted to take the shield from him. John Walker said no. John Walker said, I see through this crap. Sam is a good guy. I'm not going to go take the shield from him because this is propaganda. And then old man Steve Rogers shows up and tells John Walker to go get the shield from Sam Wilson. It's a bizarro scene that like didn't make any sense, but then all of a sudden, I mean, John Walker respects Cap so much, he's going to go listen to him. And so then he goes to try to get the shield from Sam, and they have a crazy fight that's actually looks a lot like the fight in the streets that we see with John fighting against the Flag Smashers. I know this is a lot of fanboy dreaming and speculation, but it is possible that if Secret Empire is something being planted, that we could get a very interesting, bizarre scene, perhaps even a post-credit scene with old man Steve Rogers. And yes, I got so hyped up that my hair started falling and getting all weird and crazy because, yes, I'm a big old fan of this stuff and I get way too hyped up about speculation. So let's leave it there, guys. That's the crazy possibilities for episode 5. I'm sure I've just set everyone up for disappointment if you're still watching this video, but let me know. What do you think of this fanboy dreaming? Way too much? Or should we keep hope? You let me know in the comments section below. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I will see you in the next video.